Welcome to the MusicVerse podcast, a musical improvised story with Raymond and the amazing Athena P, who plays me.
On the last episode of MusicVerse,
I had to cut off my date with Terry a bit short because I just saw the chains for the first time and I was really freaking out about it. Everyone was acting like they'd never heard music before. They surrounded us, they clapped. It was really, really weird. I decided to have a meetup with For You, and then Terry came over to my apartment. We fell asleep watching Steven Universe, and then we woke up in the mindscape. Me, Terry, and then I met up with both of my parents, and that's what you missed.
Thank you very much, Marcy. Still really don't know what's going on here, but roll the intro.
Story's not over, it's only begun. The conductor is gone, but Marcy's still on the run. As the new machine takes control, and she will find the truth that lays deep inside. With the power of song and love, take control. It's MusicVerse.
Marcy, you begin to run towards the door that leads to For You, or at least the team that showed up. And as you open those doors, you see about 50 people in this blank area, just like the one that you are in right now. And you see them all begin to come through the For You door outside of it, wondering what's going on.
Hello, everybody. So we successfully got into the room that connects all of our minds, or rather the hallway with all the doors that connect everyone's minds. How many of you, is this your first time?
A lot of them say that they recognize the place, but this is the first time they meet other people.
Fantastic. So the plan is that we want to go through the doors. I'm thinking in pairs. We're going to pair up each of us with another For You member, and we're going to go to the door of somebody we know and help them deal with their younger selves, find out that problem, so we can get them out of their chains. Now, should we wait for more members? I'm thinking we should see if there's any more members that come through this door, and then we'll head out. Does that sound okay?
Everybody nods in agreement. You guys wait around 20 to 30 minutes, and no one else shows up.
All right, I think it's time to go. Everybody partner up, and let's try and get at least one or two people this time around. I think it's going to take more than one round of us doing this, so we'll try again tomorrow. But for now, just one or two people to help with their younger selves.
Everybody
Terry,
agrees?
you're gonna be my partner.
Sorry,
Huh?
go ahead. Sorry.
Terry, you're going to be my partner. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, right. He holds your hand, and you guys begin to run where, Marcy?
Terry, did your mom have the chains around her when you saw her?
Yeah, she did.
Do you want to start with her?
If it's okay with you, yes.
Absolutely. Let's go. You just have to think about your door, and then we'll head through it.
Terry's door shows up in front of you guys as you go through. You guys find yourself in a ballroom. People are dancing. It seems to be some kind of prom. You see them all together, having fun. You see a younger man, looks a bit like Terry, and a beautiful young woman that looks like Terry's mom. You see them dancing together as the spotlight shines on them. They seem to be happy and in love. Marcy, you look at Terry for a moment as you see him kind of teary-eyed a bit as he smiles, seeing his parents dance.
So I'm thinking that we should blend into the background for now and just keep watching, because if we make her aware that she's dreaming too soon, she might wake up. Are you okay with being here?
Yes, yeah, of course, it's okay.
Okay, just let me know if it gets too much for you, okay?
A dress kind of forms on you. How does that dress look like?
I imagine it being a very light pink with a lot of sparkles.
Nice.
It's very flowy at the bottom, so when I dance, it moves around really easy.
You see that a suit shows up in Terry's body. Very much a sky blue, with his shirt being kind of this pattern, bluish color and his tie being a deep blue as you both dance together. As you do this, the party seems to end as everybody begins to walk outside. Do you follow?
Yeah, I'm a few people behind Terry's mom and dad, but I still have my eyes on them.
Okay. Terry is holding your hand as you guys continue. You kind of feel a bit of a tremble in his arm. He's still teary-eyed, but he seems composed, trying to hold back as you continue to walk. And as you do, you see Terry's parents get inside a car, and it begins to drive off. Would you guys still follow behind?
Yeah, we're gonna, since we're in our lines, we're gonna float behind.
Perfect. So you begin to float behind this vehicle, and as you do, you see it begin to change as it becomes a different car. On the back, you see the head of a small child, and in the front, older looking versions of the people you just saw coming out from a dance. And as they continue with smiles in their faces, suddenly the man driving stops as there's a loud crash. You see how the car drifts out of the road as the woman tried to take on the wheel. It was too late and it crashed onto a tree near the road. Do you have any reaction to this, Marcy?
I look over at Terry and I squeeze his hand.
You see a tear finally falling. It's okay. I'm okay. As
Are you sure we can always leave and try again tomorrow?
It's okay. I can do it. You're with me. He squeezes your hand gently.
Okay, well, let's see where this takes us next.
You begin to see a change of scenery as a hospital begins to appear beneath your feet as you find yourself right in front of a window leading inside an office. The doctor, Terry's dad, and Terry's mom. Terry looks to his right and he says, I remember this. And you see that he looks at a younger version of himself sitting in a bench playing his ukulele. Please be okay. For me, please come outside and tell me that everything will be okay, like you do every night when you try to tell me everything's okay. Do you have any reaction?
I put my arm around Terry's shoulder and offer him my shoulder if he needs to cry.
You do see his hand many more as he cried. It was a heart failure. It's a heart attack. This was the first one, and he lasted another year, but then he died.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I have moved on, and it still hurts, but I just don't want to leave her alone, you know?
Of course. Well, that's why we're gonna help her today.
She has gone through a lot in her life.
I know, but she's strong. We're gonna help her. We can do this, okay?
Thank you, Marcy.
Of course. Everything's gonna be okay.
And as he hugs you and gives you a kiss, you guys finally see how the hospital disappears. And you only see a woman, Terry's mother, crying, kneeling down to herself. What do you do, Marcy?
I lightly touch her back, and I lock eyes with her, and I try to say it's gonna be okay.
And as she looks at you, you say that she points at a door.
I look at Terry. Should we go through?
Terry nods as he offers his mom a hand to get up and hugs her as they begin to walk towards the door. Marcy, you open the door, and inside you see a bed. You remember to yourself that to get deeper inside the mind, to find this shadow consuming this woman's sadness and grief, you need to go deeper. Fall asleep.
I turn to Terry and tell him what we have to do. And then I turn to Terry's mom and tell her that we have to sleep.
You guys enter the room and fall asleep. You guys wake up and find yourselves in Musicville. You know what to do. You're floating in the air. You go towards Terry's house and you fall asleep again. But this time, you wake up and you find yourself standing in a little girl's room. a different place, out in a different country, different genre of music. You see the posters all around, but you also see that this place is completely covered in red, just like your experience. But the red is covering beautiful pieces of art drawn and painted on the wall. You look around and you see the little girl just in a corner, crying to herself with a paintbrush in her hand, and you hear that looming, disgusting voice again, the voice of that parasite that keeps leeching onto your life no matter where you turn.
Yes, you are lame, you are a mistake in this world. How can you be when you can't hear? Even if you learn all the instrument vibrations, you are all alone. No matter what your parents say, even though your art is great, it won't make you fit in. Child, you're worthless in this world of music and song, music and song. You are a disgrace, yes, you're lame in this world. There's no place you can hide. People will always tell that you are someone that doesn't belong. Whoa. Someone that doesn't belong. Little girl, you're someone that doesn't belong.
And with that, Marcy begins her own song.
Terry, sign her what I sing, okay?
Okay. As you continue to sing, Terry signs to her mom what you're singing. She can still feel the vibrations. You can still see in your eyes and read your lips as you touch her heart.
Don't let what he says define you. Paint out of the red and feel out of the blue. You're beautiful, you're loved, and you'll achieve more than you know. You have a purpose here, so please don't let go. You have a family and friends, and a wonderful son too. All of these things are waiting for you. Things will get tough, but you'll get through that too. You're strong, and the color you bring to the world is true. Paint through the pain, love through everything. We need you. We all love you. Don't let the evil win, 'cause you're so much better than them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You'll defeat this and beat the sadness too.
And you see the little girl turning around, her eyes in tears, but she looks at you and she runs to hug you. She thanks you. She thanks you? Did you say anything?
Of course. You have the power to make a brighter tomorrow, and you have the power to stop this evil. This is all because of you. And I gesture over to Terry. The little girl grabs her paintbrush and paints over the red in the brightest, most vibrant colors until every last bit of darkness is gone and
that, you see the girl starts to grow and begin to paint more and create until you see the room changes. It becomes another one. She continues to grow, and you see a new room that she's painting with a crib, and then another room once again. And she's all grown up, and she hugs herself. She disappears. As you all wake up, and then wake up again, you find yourselves back in the connective world with all the doors all around you. Thank you, Marcy.
Of course, I hug Tara.
And as you do, Terry's mom joins in the hug. She tells you both that she's gonna go back as she begins to wake up. She disappears, and you and Terry are left by yourselves. And that's where we will end today's episode.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Let us know if you liked it by reviewing the show wherever you listen to your podcast, or by liking, commenting, and sharing on YouTube. You can now support us on Patreon or Ko-Fi. For more info, check out the description of the podcast. And for even more info, go to our Instagram or YouTube channel. All right, Marcy out. Back to you, Raymond.
Thank you, Marcy, and like always, thank you to the amazing Athena P for playing the character. Thank you to ARC for his awesome intro, and thank you so much to Wondershare for their awesome platform and all the songs they have available. This was an awesome episode, and the next episode is gonna be even more crazy. So stay tuned for that. See you probably next week or next month. Goodbye.
3, 2, 1, roll.